Hi guys, let's create this smoke animation together today, inspired by the Arcane series. Let's start by creating a file. I choose square from the templates, frames per second to 12, duration to 2. Press draw. Now let's set up the background color. After clicking on the timer, I press background color and choose this dark green color. Okay, let's move on. I want to draw a baseline along which the smoke will move in advance. I draw it roughly. It is only needed to help create the movement, to understand where the beginning of the smoke will move. Apply full duration to this frame and create a new track. I choose white color and Studio Pen brush. Collapse the panel in Flipbook and start drawing. I skip the first frame and start drawing on the second. First, we draw a small shape that moves in the direction of our baseline. On the next frame, I gradually increase our shape. For now, we focus on the line and twist the shape. Let's move on. Here, I want to make our smoke turn a little earlier than it is drawn on the baseline. I gradually move the following frames forward, increasing the width and also twisting it further. On each subsequent frame, we adhere to these rules. To see the neighboring frames better, you can click on the timer and select Edit Onion Skin. Here you can select the background color, the number of visible frames, and transparency. So, next we draw a turn in the other direction. And let's look at the first preview. Okay, let's continue further. Gradually increase the figure in width and move it further, twisting the beginning of the smoke in the other direction. We also continue to fill the frames until we fill our composition almost to the entire screen. And let's look at another preview. The basic animation is ready. Let's move on to the refinement stage. I want to make the animation slower. To do this, I go to the beginning on the timeline and add an intermediate frame after each existing one. Let's look at the preview. Already better. Let's continue adding intermediate frames. Okay, let's look at the preview. I don't like how the disappearance is turning out. So I redraw the last frames, I direct the top higher, and I don't twist it as much compared to the previous version. Let's see what we got. Okay, to make it look smoother, we need to redraw a few more frames before this point. Preview. Let's leave it like this for now and go back to the beginning of the animation. I will make cutouts on the sides. Let's start with the bottom. Where the shape becomes a little thicker, I start drawing an oval. I want the oval to go beyond the boundaries of our animation. Gradually, on each next frame, we increase it and move it to the left. Let's see how it looks. Okay, let's leave it like this for now. We'll finish drawing it a little later. And now, let's make a second cutout on the upper right side. We also gradually increase the oval, moving it higher. Where necessary, I redraw the outline. So, another preview. Let's move to the frame where we start the second turn. Here I want to add an extra ledge near the beginning of the smoke. Then I gradually increase it in the following frames. Here I draw 2 ledges, and I also gradually increase them based on where the main shape is moving. Then I start to curl the upper ledge down, and I draw a sharp beginning for it. The lower ledge remains rounded. In the following frames, we move it lower. Let's look at the preview. Now I want to correct the shape a little. I don't like how the upper cutout looks, so I redraw it a little in the last frames. And also, let's continue drawing the very first cutout. Look at the preview. Let's add another small cutout to the second ledge. Also gradually increase it in the following frames. Preview. We refine the shape of the upper cutout a little more. And now I want to redraw the very first cutout. In the last frames, let's redraw the bottom line and make it smoothly move the smoke upward. To do this, you also need to redraw the oval. I want to make the left part fly to the left and the main line move up. Preview. Okay, now let's continue to refine the shape. I'm redrawing the upper part. Now I'm also refining the outline for the lower part. So, shall we move on to creating the smoke disappearance? We'll gradually move the bottom line up. Also, let's make a small wave to add dynamics. I want to make a disappearance, as if the smoke is blowing away. That's why the corners become sharp at the end and quickly begin to disappear. This is approximately how it looks. Okay, let's add a few more frames for the disappearance. At the end, there will be small lines that will turn into a point. Let's look at the preview. I want to slow down the speed at the end, so let's add a few intermediate frames. And a few more details. We finish drawing where there are not enough cutouts, and refine the outline. At the end, I also want to redraw the smoke disappearance a little. Preview. Okay guys, we've drawn a draft for our animation. Now we're moving on to the next stage. This is cleanup. I group all the frames on this track. And I apply transparency. Then on the new track, I start diligently drawing each frame with a perfectly even outline. This will be the final image. I do this on each frame. Okay, I finished this part and added a fill in the background. This is the animation I got. Guys, let me know if you found this interesting or useful. See you in the next videos. By the way, check out the sponsorship levels and bonuses that I want to share with you on my profile.